My name is Joy. My student number is S04441015, and I'm a freshman. I'm going to deliver a speech, Christine Sun King, the enchanting music of sign language. Interpreter, piano. P is my favorite musical symbol. It means to play softly. If you are playing a musical instrument and you notice a P in the score, you need to play softer. 2 Ps, even softer. 4 Ps, extremely soft. This is my drawing of a P tree, which demonstrates no matter how many thousand upon thousand of Ps there may be, you will never reach complete silence. That's my current definition of silence, a very obscure sound. I would like to share a little bit about the history of American Sign Language, ASL, plus a bit of my own background. French Sign Language was brought to America during the early 18th, and as time went by, mixed with local sign, it evolved into the language we know today as ASL. So it has a history of about 200 years. I was born deaf, and I was taught to believe that sound wasn't a part of my life, and I believe it to be true. Yet, I realize now that there wasn't the case at all. Sound was very much a part of my life, really, on my mind every day. As a deaf person living in a world of sound, it's as if I was living in a foreign country, blindly following its rule, custom, behavior, and norm without ever questioning them. So how is it that I understand sound? Well, I watch how people behave and respond to sound. You people are like my loudspeaker and amplify sound. I learn and mirror that behavior. At the same time, I had learned that I create sound, and I had seen how people respond to me. Thus, I had learned. For example, don't slam the door. Don't make too much noise when you are eating from the potato chip bag. Don't burn. And when you are eating, make sure you don't scrape your utensil on the plate. All of these things I turn sound etiquette. Maybe I think about sound etiquette more than the average hearing person does. I'm hyper-vigilant around sound, and I'm always waiting in eager nervous anticipation around sound, about what's to come next. Hence, this drawing, TBD, to be decided, TBC, to be continued, TBA, to be announced, and you notice the staff. There are no content in the lines. That's because the line already contains sound through the subtle smooth and smears. In deaf culture, movement is equivalent to sound. This is a sign for staff in ASL. A typical staff contains 5 lines. Yet for me, saying it with my tongue sticking out like that doesn't feel natural. That's why you will notice in my drawing, I stick to 4 lines on paper. In the year of 2008, I had the opportunity to travel to Berlin, Germany, for an artist residency there. Prior to this time, I had been working as a painter. During the summer, I visited different museums and gallery space, and as I went from one place to the next, I noticed there was no visual art there. At the time, sound was trending, and this struck me. There was no visual art. Everything was auditory. Now sound has come into my art territory. Is it going to further distance me from art? I realize that doesn't have to be the case at all. I actually know sound. I know it so well that it doesn't have to be something just experienced through the ears. It could be felt texturally, or experienced as a visual, or even as an idea. So I decided to reclaim ownership of sound and to put it into my art practice. And everything that I had been taught regarding sound, I decided to do away with and unlearn. I started creating a new body of rule. And when I presented this to the art community, I was blown away with the amount of the support and attention I received. I realized sound is like money, power, control, social currency. In the back of my mind, I had always felt the sound was your thing, a hearing person's thing, and sound is so powerful that it could either disempower me and my art rule, or it could be empower me. I choose to be empowered. There's a massive culture around spoken language, and just because I don't use my lateral voice to communicate, in societies it's as if I don't have a voice at all. So I need to work with individuals who can support me as an equal and become my voice. And that way, I am able to maintain relevancy in society today. So in school and work and institution, I work with many different ASL interpreters, and their voice become my voice and identity. They help me to be heard, and their voice hold value and currency. Ironically, by borrowing out their voice, I'm able to maintain a temporary form of currency, kind of like taking out a loan with a very high interest rate. If I didn't continue this practice, I feel that I could just fade out into oblivion and not maintain any form of social currency. So with sound as my new art medium, I delved into the world of music, and I was surprised to see the similarity between music and ASL. For example, a musical note cannot be fully captured and expressed on paper, and the same holds true for a concept in ASL. They are both highly spatial and highly inflated, meaning that subtle changes can affect the entire meaning of both sound and sound. I would like to share with you a piano metaphor to help you have a better understanding of how ASL works. So invention of piano, ASL is broken down into many different grammatical parameters. If you assign a different parameter to each figure as you play the piano, such as facial expression, body movement, speed, handshake, and so on. As you play the piano, English is a linear language, as if one key is being pressed at a time. However, ASL is more like a chord. All 10 fingers need to count down simultaneously to express a clear concept or idea in ASL. If just one of those keys were to change the chord, it would create a completely different meaning. The same applies to music in regards to pitch, tone, and volume. In ASL, by playing around these different grammatical parameters, you can express different ideas. For example, tell a sign to look at. This is the sign to look at. I'm looking at you, staring at you. Laughter, laughter. Oh, bursty, laughter. Oh, what are you looking at? Oh, stop. Laughter. I then start thinking, what if I was to look at ASL through a musical lens? If I was to create a sign and repeat over and over, it could become like a piece of visual music. For example, it is the sign for day, as the song writes and said. It is all day. If I was to repeat it and slow it down, visually it looks like a piece of music. All day. I feel the same hold true for all night. All night. It is all night, represented in the drawing. And this led me to think about 3 different kinds of night. Last night, overnight, all night long. Laughter. I feel like the third one has a lot more musically than the other two. Left through. This represents how time is expressing in ASL and how the distance from your body can express the change in time. For example, one edge is one hand, two edge is two hands. Present tense happen closely and in front of the body. Future is in front of the body and the past is to your back. So the first example is a long time ago, then past used to, and the last one, which is my favorite, with the very romantic and dramatic notion to it. Once upon a time. Laughter. Common time is a musical term with a specific time signature of 4 beats per measure. Yet when I see the word common time, what automatically comes to mind for me is at the same time. So notice RH, right hand, LH, left hand, then hand the staff across the hand and the chest. Head, RH, flesh close, common time, chest, LH, flesh close. I'm now going to demonstrate a handshake called the flesh close. Can you please follow along with me? Everybody, hands up. Now we are going to do it in both the hand and the chest, kind of like common time for and the same time. Yes, got it. This means to fall in love in international. Laughter. International as a noun. It's a visual tool to help communicate across culture and sign language around the world. The second one I would like to demonstrate is this. Please follow along with me again. And now this. This is colonization in ASL. Now the third, please follow along again and again. This is enlightenment in ASL. So let's do all three together. Fall in love, colonization, and enlightenment. Good job, everyone. Laughter. Notice how all three signs are very similar. They all happen in the hand and the chest, but they convey quite different meaning. So it's amazing to see how ASL is alive and thriving, just like music is. However, in this day and age, we live in a very audio-centric world. And just because ASL has no sound to it, it automatically holds no social currency. We need to start thinking harder about what defines social currency and allow ASL to develop its own form of currency without sound, and this could possibly be a step to lead to a more inclusive society. And maybe people will understand that you don't need to be deaf to learn ASL, nor do you have to be hearing to learn music. ASL is such a rich treasure that I would like you to have the same experience. I would like you to invite you to open your eye, take part in our culture and experience our visual language, and you never know, you might just fall in love with us. Applause, thank you. Hey, that's me.